So let's discuss. With me now, host of the John Frederick Show and a member of Trump's 2020 Presidential Advisory Board, John Fredericks. Hi, John.
Thanks for having me, Carol. It's always an honor to be on your show.
Oh, thank you so much. So what do you suppose the president meant by, if you don't stand for the national anthem, maybe you shouldn't be in this country?
Well, I think he took some rhetorical liberty with that. I don't think he meant that literally. But look, the NFL owners did the right thing because fans are very upset. They're fleeing games. They're turning off the television. And here's what they're discussing right now, which I think is the perfect solution. You don't want to stand for the national anthem? Stay in the locker room. Do what you got to do. That's fine. If you're going to come out, you have to stand. If you kneel, then your team is going to get a 15-yard penalty. Now, what they have to figure out, right, is if two sides kneel, and then you get offsetting penalties, and then it becomes ridiculous. So they're going to have to figure that out.
Well,
but look,
I just want to go back to what the president said, because you said he took rhetorical license. Because,
yes,
you know, I had Ephraim Salam, a former NFL player, on in the last hour of Across America.
Yes.
And he said it was clearly a reference to wanting black people to go back to Africa.
Oh, for heaven's sake. You see, this is the ridiculous diatribe and diarrhea dribble you get from some of these people. He took rhetorical liberty. He basically said, look, I want you to stand up for the flag and be proud of your country at a football game. And to turn that into some kind of a racial...
farther. He took it one step farther. Maybe you shouldn't be in the country.
Well, he was, okay, what he's saying is if you don't like America and you don't like the flag and you don't like the national anthem, you know, maybe there's a better place where you'd be happier. But to turn this in to another thing on race is absolutely preposterous. And I tell you, this is the thing that are getting the Democrats and the liberals in trouble, because they turn everything in the race. I mean, there's white people that kneel down in the NFL. So it's ridiculous. I don't know how many, but it had nothing to do with African Americans, a statement he made.
Okay, so let's just take it as a First Amendment issue. So in other words, the NFL is saying, if you want to protest in America, we don't want to see you, and we want you to stay in the locker room. But if you come out and we actually see you exercising your First Amendment rights, we'll fine you. That just doesn't sound very American to me, John.
That's false, Carol. I love you to death, but what you just said is false. The NBA has a rule. Adam Silver has a rule. You have to stand, right? You're playing for the NBA. You're getting paid by them. They're signing the front of the check. You're signing the back. You got to play by their rules. You want to protest? I've said this on your show many times. These people have enough money. They can get a protest license. They can get to the stadium at 8 a.m. If it's a 1 p.m. game, they can rent a stage and have the biggest microphones made in America and blast out their protest for 3 hours until they have to suit up for the game. They don't have to do it while I'm paying to watch a football game. Football fans are tired of this. That's why they're leaving. That's why the NFL had to make a decision, and I think they made the right one. But to turn this into First Amendment or race, Carol, come on. I tell you why.
I don't know. It bugs me on some level.
The Republicans just went ahead in the generic ballot. All this stuff, they're overplaying their hand. It's backfiring. This had nothing to do with race at all.
I know. Well, we'll have to agree to disagree on this one, John. But it's always a pleasure to have you on. I know, and I watch it every Sunday and Thursday and Friday and Monday.
And your Rams.
I do.
So I love the Titans, and I'm concerned about opening day in Miami getting beat there on the road. I don't want to see people kneeling. I want to stop Ryan Tannehill from lighting my secondary up like a pinball machine.
I agree with you there, because I feel the same way about my Lions and their first opponent. John Fredericks, thank you so much.